आईआईटी क्यों करना है? ऐसा क्या है आईआईटी में?
तो क्यों करना है आईआईटी? ऐसा क्या है आईआईटी में?
आपको लगता है आपको थोड़ा लेट हो गया सब डिस्कस करने में? दूसरा साल चल रहा है आईआईटी प्रिपरेशन का और अभी आपको ये डिस्कस करना है कि हमको आईआईटी क्यों करना है?
सवाल लेट पूछा तो सवाल गलत हो जाता है क्या?
Is Kota Factory a really different web series to come out of India? Is Kota Factory going to take you down memory lane and remind you of your own school and college days? Is it safe for you to watch with your family, especially with your mother? If you're here to answer all of those questions, you are in the right place. This is a so far so good review of Kota Factory with Jaggu and Tarana. And the answer to all of those questions is actually yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. It actually is. Broadly, it's a great watch. We have binge watched it. Here's what we did for the sake of continuity. We watched season 1 and season 2 together, even though season 1 has been around on YouTube for a bit and season 2 has dropped only a few days ago. But I have to say, enjoyable watch. I want to say it was pacey, but I must also add the caveat that I watched it at 1.5 speed, not normal speed of 1. I didn't know that was an option until I started watching it on my laptop. Seriously, I can't see that option on my TV. Maybe it's there and I just haven't seen it. But
only WhatsApp works like that, Jaggu. I don't know how the TV show worked for you.
Telling you,
like
I
that.
Found
but
it. Yeah.
Were you fast forwarding the show?
No. I can literally watch it. So fast forward, rewind, separate buttons, and there's a separate setting for slowing it down and increasing the pace by 25 to 50% in each direction. So I did watch some of it fast.
Are the dialogues and sounding like chipmunks talking?
Not that bad. Netflix has managed to take care of that. You know they're talking faster, but it's not chipmunk. That would be, I guess, into 2 into 3, which is not right. This is only 50% more.
So Jaggu thought it was pacey because he did see bits of it at 1.5 plus speed. I thought it was pacey in bits without fast forwarding or watching it at that pace. But I also thought it dragged a little bit in pieces. It's a little bit indulgent. So like one particular scene and moment can be khichawed. A song will go on where you think naturally, you know, as a viewer, when you're like, okay, that's the end. And then it just goes on for another 5 minutes. You're like, yeah, okay, maybe they.
But I think they plotted it like that. It seemed like the end, but they said we're going to give you one little more. Now, whether it worked or not is a separate issue, but it literally seemed like the script was plotted like that. It could or could not work for you. Depends.
All right. So Kota Factory, created by the TVF guys. TVF has been around for over a decade. They're the pioneers of web series in India. TVF Pictures was theirs, a permanent roommates. Everybody watched it. Millions and millions of people watched it, loved it. They're the original, they are the OGs of the web series in India. And they, remarkable because every series of theirs is different. It's real. It tackles topics that you're like, oh my God. Yes, I know this exists, but why has nobody depicted it before on the screen? Which is, why Kota Factory is another one of those gems to come out of the TVF factory. Jitendra Kumar, who is a staple of all TVF projects, fantastic actor, plays a really cool professor in this one. The rest of the cast is a little bit lesser known. And I think that's deliberate because they were looking for students to play students. All of them look like bona fide students who may have, I don't know, part of the audition process may have been to state whether or not they did ever prepare for an IIT entrance exam because all of them were really good. With the physics, chemistry, inorganic chemistry, jargon, they were not struggling, fumbling for words. So authentic looking cast, authentic script. It does help that about 4 or 5 people who formed TVF are ex-IIT. So they know. This is a subject matter that they absolutely know. The professor is somebody who's been in IIT Kharagpur. So, Jitendra Kumar does a damn good job. All of them very, very good. It was also, honestly, a bit of an eye-opener for me, Jaggu. Were you aware of the coaching classes factory setup of Kota, Rajasthan?
Yes. There has been a fair amount written and spoken about it. So, that's where if you're very serious about getting into IIT, you go to Kota, you live there for a couple of years. They're literally factories of students. They coach you to an incredible degree to finally get in, but you need to realize, and at some point that reflects or is mentioned in Kota Factory itself, that everybody there is trying to get into IIT, but the fact, or a good engineering college, the fact remains that there are that many people applying for IIT, right, doing the IIT JEE exam.
And very few seats, which is why
7,000, 8,000 seats. So even in Kota, which is literally the fulcrum of people wanting to give the entrance exam, even there the ratio isn't that high, and so it sets up a lot of kids in reality for disappointment, because that's 2 years of their life.
Yeah,
So,
so,
yeah,
so
Kota does
they show
exist,
you
it's a
the
factor.
struggles. I read that the script writers were like, we wanted to highlight and make students, the padaku ones, the studious ones, the heroes of our story, because people think that they're only one dimensional. This one is a nerd, and until they break away from their IIT background or engineering background and don't go and rediscover themselves and find a creative side to themselves, they're not interesting people. So Tamasha, the movie with Ranbir Kapoor, is a huge hit because this guy leaves his well-paying cushy job to explore a creative side. So it's like, you don't necessarily have to do that, and we wanted to show you real people behind
Absolutely.
the nerdy dorky image, and I think they do a damn good job doing it.
So
I think a little bit of the criticism is that it's not hard hitting enough and it's not hardcore enough, because we all know and we read the papers of how intensely crazy the pressure is on the students. While they do reflect on how much they feel pressurized, there's always a happy, easy solution, just around the corner in every episode.
Coming their way, yeah, which is not necessarily true. So here, the two things that I like how it was set up, because it also reminds you of your time in college, getting there, finding your space, finding love, doing jugaad, finding a professor
Forming
that you really
lifelong
like.
friendships,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Forming
finding a
lifelong
great
bonds,
professor.
finding a professor that you like, plotting against a professor you don't like. All of that is sort of season 1. Season 2 is there's more nuance, and to that extent, maybe is a little slower pace than season 1, as it were, but they're also showing vulnerabilities. They show somebody starting a business. They show somebody being taken out of their comfort zone and being put in a situation that they're not necessarily comfortable with, how they deal with that. But usme thoda time jata hai, so it's maybe not as pacey as season 1, but definitely still worth a binge watch. I am going to say this because it's about the IIT and they're trying to keep it authentic. So even Jitendra Kumar, like you said, he went to IIT Kharagpur, and the students, it gave me a little bit of a Big Bang Theory vibe, because even there, the script is not lazy. They make it a point to get into intricate details to try to simplify them in subjects as complex as physics, maths, chemistry, and things like that. They do the same at Kota Factory. There's no laziness in the script. They're making the effort and they're going for it, and it shows.
Yeah, it does. So is it a show you can watch with your family? Absolutely. Make sure if you have teenagers or young kids in your family, you make them watch this, just to kind of give them perspective of the kind of pressure other children, maybe not them, are under. You could definitely watch it with your parents and remind them of the kind of pressure they put on you while you were in college. It is definitely worth a watch. 5 episodes per season, literally in a matter of 1 weekend, this weekend perhaps. You could binge watch season 1 and season 2 of Kota Factory. It's different, it's real, it's authentic. Is it a 10 on 10? Not for me. Jaggu, what would you rate Kota Factory season
I want
2
to be
and 1
here.
combined? Yeah.
I want to be generous here. I'm going to say 4 on 5.
4 on 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't be that generous. As an actor, I was, like, acha idhar over acting ho rahi, idhar khich gaya, abhi ye ho gaya, idhar wo ho gaya. For me, 3 on 5. But an average rating of Jaggu and Tarana is 3.5.
Absolutely. Listen, before we go, there's one little throwaway I want to put that I picked up only recently. So the girl who plays the character of Shivangi, a girl called Aisas Chana, child actor, so she clearly has experience. So here's the thing, in both, if I'm not mistaken, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna as well as Vastu Shastra, she played the son, maybe of Shah Rukh Khan and of Sushmita Sen, but she's actually a girl, as we find out later in her career. It's actually quite cool. What a takeaway. Yeah.
Why not? The one thing as an actor that you really rarely ever get to do is play the opposite gender, but she's done it early in her career. All the youngsters in Kota Factory will sort of earn their space in your heart. Both of us pretty much enjoyed it. Remember, 3.5 is our rating. We want to know what you thought of Kota Factory season 1 and season 2, and whether or not you agree with our rating. Also, what else would you like us to review? In the comments below. While you're giving the comments, remember to like this video if you do, Please subscribe, turn that bell icon on, and remember to come back for more episodes of So Far, So Good. Thank you for watching. Take care. Okay, bye.
Bye bye, butterfly.